lend us your grace, O Lord, so that we may treat each other in a manner pleasing to you, Lord. And we praise you, Lord, for all of our trials and all of the good things that we learn through them. We pray these things in the name of our precious Lord and Savior, Jesus the Christ. Amen. Can you join me in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I own the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. And first item on the agenda, after those things, it's item number 4 actually, conduct a public hearing regarding a request by the owner agent of the property situated in the city of Van Alstyne, county of Grayson, state of Texas, being described as OTP Van Alstyne Edition, Block 3, Lot 6 through 14, more commonly known as 239 North Preston Avenue, for a variance to the city's comprehensive zoning ordinance, section 33.4.3.2, to allow for placement of a temporary public service building as necessary for public health and safety. And the property currently zoned is currently zoned as part of the central business district. And Mr. Baker, you have any discussion about that or presentation?
Mayor and Council, what we're looking for is we're looking for a place to put a temporary structure within the central business district. We're going to need an allowance for that temporary structure since it won't be stone or brick. The location we've identified that's in your packet is the public works yard across the street. That's going to be most appropriate for hooking on the utilities and providing quarters close enough to be able to utilize not just the primary vehicle with other vehicles in the back. Be happy to answer any questions. Anybody has any?
Well, my understanding is this is so that the firemen and EMTs will have a place to stay while their building is being repaired.
Yes, sir. While the roof barracks will be replaced.
So it's very temporary.
Yes, sir. We're hoping that the contract is for 45 days. We're hoping to make it work within 60. Get it in.
And then what's actually planned in, from what I see here, is a 3-bedroom trailer to be parked in the public works lot for that time. Are there any comments or questions about this item? I see none. And so it's now an item for consideration. So I'm going to read Section 5, Part 5. Consider and take any action necessary regarding a request by the owner agent of the property situated in the city of Van Alstyne, county of Grayson, state of Texas, being described as OTP Van Alstyne Edition, Block 3, Lot 6 through 14, more commonly known as 239 North Preston Avenue, for a variance to the city's comprehensive zoning ordinance, section 33.4.3.2, to allow for placement of temporary public service building as necessary for public health and safety. The property currently zoned is currently zoned central business district. Is there any? Do we have any comments from the council? Comments or questions? With no comments or questions, I have a motion.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve this.
May I have a second? I'll say it. Mr. Clay, all in favor? It is unanimous. And so for this has been a meeting of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. At this time, we will adjourn that meeting so that we can move on to the regular city council meeting. Oh, and the time is 6:36. These kinds of, I don't really need a motion to adjourn this, do I?
I don't believe so. Does he?
To continue, that you say you'll continue.
Okay. And we'll
You
just
need to bring it to
continue
order.
with the City council.
Bring the city council meeting to order, yes, sir.
And so at this time, I have 6:38 now, and I would like to call the city council meeting to order. The first item on the city council meeting is citizens communications. We have only one, and it's my own because this doesn't appear on the agenda. I want to correct something, a statement that I made in the mayor's letter, the one that went out with the water bills. I said in here that the lawn irrigation schedule, I thought it would be helpful to review this stuff for everybody, but I made a misstatement here. I got something entirely backwards, as a matter of fact. I said in here that the lawn irrigation schedule is you can water 2 times per week between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 a.m. And of course, that's wrong. that is dead wrong. Those are the hours when you get most of a lot of evaporation, so that's not practical at all. What is allowed is that you can, on the days when you can water, you water before the hours of before 10 a.m. and you can water again after 6 p.m. And I'm going to correct this once again in a mayor's note to the newspaper, and also our next newsletter. I'll correct it once more. Ready to indulgence on that. And now we'll move on to the next item would be public hearings, but there are none. And so we have more items for consideration. And item number 4, approval of minutes from the June 23rd, 2015 special meeting, special call meeting, the July 14th regular meeting, and the July 24th work session meeting. Are there any corrections or comments about those minutes? No. And so may I have a motion to approve the meetings from the minutes from Mr. Lee? I'll make a motion. Great, thank you. Second. All those in favor of approving these minutes? It is unanimous. We move on to number 5. Consider and take any action necessary regarding approval of a final plat submitted by Stone Hollow Homes, licensed limited company, corporation rather, being 47.279 acres of land described as G-0771 McKinney Collin A-G0771, more commonly known as Georgetown Village, Phase 2. Is there any presentation? Anything here to say about it?
Mayor, members of the council, my name is Greg Edwards, the developers of Stone Hollow are here. We're just here if you have any questions. It's my understanding that we met all the city requirements. Your staff and the Planning and Zoning Commission is recommending approval, and we would appreciate your support in this. If you have any questions, we'll try to answer them.
Are there any questions for the gentleman?
Know when you're going to start?
As soon as we can.
As soon as you can? Okay.
I'll look just a brief overview. I'm sorry, I didn't cover last night prior to come, but we're building very, very heavily on the west side. What we do with the Van Alstyne from a production building standpoint is probably prettier than anything that's been done here today. Anyone hasn't had a chance to come to North Creek, North Central to do so. But beautiful production homes, 10, 12 roofs, as great as possible, and we just try to do this right for the client. The company's 4 years old. We're from the startup with Brian and myself. Those 175 to 200 homes this year, but we continue for our customer first. We've grown as fast as we have. We're excited about the Georgetown piece. It's a new market for us. I think we deliver better value than the list, and I think enough market for the place. Have any questions that anyone may have?
What's your name, sir?
Leo Bowler.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. From a logistical standpoint, we're probably 185 to 300. Our home will range small size, 1,800 square feet, I believe. Is that a minimum?
Yeah.
1,800 square feet up to 4,300 square feet. Our product will be mostly filled with trees and Highland. That's probably what our product most closely represents in terms of aesthetics and look and community. And again, I apologize for not bringing literature. You're welcome to visit our website, stonehollowhomes.com. We'll tell you about us and our company, show you our plans, and what we do.
Will the neighborhood still be called Georgetown something or other?
Yes, it's an extension of existing Georgetown. And share the amenities of Georgetown and tie.
Okay, so you will be joining the HOA part of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've got some commitments there in terms of, I know we're talking to David Booth at VR Horton, and there's a couple of items that need to be done from an amenity standpoint. I think me and him are just gonna split. He'll do one and we'll do the other. Yeah.
And, let's see, and we have a recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission. They have unanimously recommended approval of the proposed plan. So, any questions or comments, Mr. Moore? Anything further, Mr. Moore? May I have a motion to approve the final plat submitted by State Hall?
Second.
Mr. Moore, all in favor? It is unanimous. Now, we have an item 6 on here, but we're going to skip over it because we're going to propose resolution of this matter, so we won't have to take it up. But item number 7 is consider and take any action necessary regarding a request by the owner agent of 14.320 acres of property described as being a part of the James McKinney survey, abstract number 77, being a part of the 43.976 acre tract of land conveyed by warranty deed from Monty Hendricks, Joanne Davidchik, and Sandra Wilkins to Felix Land Partners LP on November 29, 2007, recorded in volume 4367, page 337, official public records, Grayson County, Texas, to rezone a portion of the property from the current zone of single-family 1 to planned development. The property described above is located on the north side of Glassington Avenue and the south side of Braidwood. Of course, we're talking about the Lady Senior Center. This is, we're merely taking up the zoning question, or this approval of the zoning, the change in zoning. Mr. Blake, you have any questions or comments? Mr. Moore?
I have a quick question. Is the diagram a part of the PD? Or simply the wording? Is this the diagram for is this it?
The diagram should be part of the PDF.
Okay, so the wording or the diagram or both? Because we haven't really looked at it, so.
I think you're referring to, because one of the exhibits was the concept elevation. Are you referring, are you asking if that is?
Yes, and it's not here, and I'm wondering if this right here is it. We haven't looked at it.
I think it's currently just the board for the exterior materials.
Yeah, it's actually.
Maybe it's in C if y'all.
I'm sorry?
Do you know if the diagram is considered a part of the PD?
It's Exhibit C, so it's,
So what I'm saying is, if we approve this PD, we're approving that diagram, and we haven't looked at it yet.
I know that this isn't approving the PD, this is just changing the zoning, correct?
Yes, that's right.
That's what I mean, so.
This is approving.
But that, but when we do approve the PD, that would be an exhibit, correct?
the zoning is the
It's the
PD.
PD. It is the PD.
Yes, sir.
And next,
Okay.
at a future meeting, we'll be
Looking at detailed elevation,
the final plat.
looking at detailed elevations, the site plan, all that stuff, still has to go through the council. Elevation.
But here we're just voting on the zone. Yeah.
Which is adopting the PD.
Which is the wording.
But she's saying
This
we are
is the PD.
doing the
This is the
PD.
PD.
This is it. Yes, this is the zoning classification, which is plain development.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
So we get to go with that. We're looking at that.
I'll ask them.
Just a reason.
Did you bring extra copies?
You know, actually, no, I gave those just for information to show you the upgraded elevation.
Okay.
Our new percentage of the material.
Can I see what's the current exhibit?
Current exhibit is
There's no exhibit in
There's no
it?
exhibit in
It's
there.
concept rendering, exterior building, including rear view to be added. That's-
Well, there was, I think it's the original that we had. I think the short answer is that language had changed.
Russell, you just-
Not the exhibit itself.
Yeah,
But
that-
that's what drives it, is the percentage.
Yeah, that's what.
See these?
Yes.
When it refers to a specific exhibit, I want to make sure that if we're talking about that, that we're reviewing that.
Right, I don't think these are part, the stuff that you brought today is not part of that.
Now, we do have an exhibit C that's outstanding in the PD.
That's right,
We need to
that's part of it.
incorporate these drawings or whatever the renderings are. These aren't those.
Those are those.
We're,
Or is it possible to say it's from the company?
What we would really like to get this resolved. These are the latest elevations, okay, showing the 70%, and I believe it says it here. Yeah, 66% stone, 4% brick, 30% stone.
okay, so
So if you attach these,
Don't pick a match.
yeah, I don't think we need to include the pictures in there. I think if we include these two here as exhibit C, we're good to go.
those are not for Robert, take a look.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
I don't see the small photos.
Seven stone bricks. Okay. Modify that. Okay.
We've got two, we've got three.
This is one. This is two.
I know it's like my desk, but I don't know, put this up there.
I thought we did that. We're at 2672, 2674, we had concept renderings. So we're going for real estate.
That has changed.
What's that? Yes, sir. This is three. This is one on the front. This is one. There's no color description. Tom, do you have color?
No, but on the color, we're not, this, color's not even grass. So we don't want to be that way. So this is typical elevation. Because something that's not really nice. Just use those. Yeah. That's This is over there.
What is our motion? The concept renderings.
It's not only talking like that. You literally did, so that's
So this is going to be stone here.
yes, some kind of stone, stone.
What do you think about that, Russ? Is it all right? So the motion's going to be based on concept
We're still in session. What we have now, produced by Palladium, in our literature, we do not have concept renderings of the exterior of the building, including, anyway, we didn't have Exhibit C, which were concept renderings. However, they have dropped those, Palladium dropped those, and if they're acceptable by council. Are there any questions or comments about the renderings that we have, and including those, incorporating those as Exhibit C?
No.
And so, are there any other questions or comments about this item, approval of the zoning change? Mr. President, you know about this zoning change? And so, do I have a motion to?
motion to accept the zoning change with the addition of concept reference. That's the motion.
Also,
All in favor? It is unanimous, so the zoning change is accepted.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and now we're moving on to item 8, consent agenda. Item 8 is consider and take any action necessary regarding adoption of ordinance adopting a new subdivision ordinance, which includes but is not limited to general provisions, including the adoption of a city design manual, procedures for plat approval, including administrative plats, preliminary plats, final plats, replats, miscellaneous plats, and abandonments, and plan development districts, design and construction standards, apportionment and legal provisions, including penalties, severability, and repealing clauses, and an effective date, and adopting the city design manual. I know that their engineers worked hard on this subdivision ordinance, and we've had workshops on this, it's the city's new vision for the way things we want to go. Does anyone have any comments or questions about item 8?
Good job. Doesn't know it's a lot of work.
This was 9 months of trying to see, getting your vision and making it work. So it's been a fun journey. So we know how we're going to start building the city going forward. So
I think it's going to answer a lot of questions too that people have. I mean, because there were so many gray areas in the city. This really helps developers, builders, staff, and you guys to do your job more efficiently. So good job.
Lynn, I just have one question. We are good on the fee schedule being incorporated, or we needed to have it separate and in the budget?
I think the fee schedule, less the zoning, Courtney brought up the zoning There's some zoning issues in that current fee schedule that I think, Courtney, you might address that need to be addressed.
So there's four, I've got it on page 14, but there are 4 fees for zoning. We're gonna remove those.
And those will be moved to,
So it moved to, apparently there's an ordinance that deals with your zoning fees.
okay,
And so you put it there or in the master fee schedule.
okay.
So,
Sorry to interrupt, Mayor and Council, just the main thing's making sure that we got it as discussed. So zoning change general to specific use permit are being moved to the zoning.
zoning change general through zoning verification letter, so there's 4 there. So should you choose to approve, recommend approval or motion, then the motion just include that the 4 fees related to zoning be removed.
Thank you. Okay, just want to make sure council made the appropriate motion if they're ready to go. Courtney, one more time,
Yeah.
zoning change general,
So
zoning
zoning
compliance
change
inspection.
general, zoning appeal, is that
Zoning
the-
appeal.
is that there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then that may be on the,
Okay, so zoning change general, zoning compliance inspection, and zoning verification letter.
correct.
Okay, and specific use permit stays in, or is that still a zoning?
That's the zoning.
That's the zoning.
Okay, so the 4 things, zoning change general, zoning compliance inspection, zoning verification letter, and specific use permit. So we're in a workshop.
Let me ask, I'm gonna, council, if you let me ask one more question. Make sure I'm- And the final, does it look that way?
I apologize, council, I know we'd had several at a workshop and gone through this, just making sure all the fine tuning is
So,
appropriate.
so the plan amendment and development application have the same fee as civil engineering plans for all others.
We're just looking at the plan, under civil engineering plans, there's the fee for that, and then the plan amendment and development application. There's not a specific fee set up for those, but those are all under the same category, so they all have the same rate. We're just clarifying that plan development and civil engineering plans, they'll all come in under that rate.
The 100 per acre, 250 number.
Okay, so that'll need to be echoed.
That also
down.
needs to be echoed in the motion.
Yes, ma'am. Anything else? Looking good? I know we're putting you on the spot, Courtney. And Lynn.
You're making me work.
Well, thank goodness you're here.
Steve, let's see. On one more thing, the street signs, just want to make sure I sent this forward, I haven't seen the final yet, but on street signs, the first paragraph says that the city will provide it.
What page?
$44.
44?
wording for you, paragraph, subparagraph A. It says that the street signs will be furnished by the city, but paid for by the developer. It's actually paid, it would be similar to paragraph B, which is they will provide them to the city. So they're paying for them anyway, which
Okay, so,
paragraph A and B would read the same, one inside the city, one in the ETJ. Would read the same, saying that,
okay, so paragraph A needs to be modified
to reflect what
paragraph B
Yeah.
within, under number 7, street signs.
Right. the street signs.
Okay. I know Steve has found that, so
Yeah.
good job, Steve. Courtney's looking it up.
I'm just looking at one more thing, council.
You had one more thing, Courtney?
With the Board of Adjustment appeal, that also needs to be removed.
Where are we?
I'm sorry, back on the fee schedule on page 14.
Page 14?
So you have the zoning change general, zoning compliance inspection, zoning verification letter, SUP, and then the Board of Adjustment appeal needs to also be removed.
Okay.
It's a zoning.
Otherwise, that's the last of the fine tuning.
Yes, sir.
That's on page 14.
So you were saying that those amounts are doing a different name?
Yes, sir. They'll be in the zoning fee schedule. We're trying to skin as many cats as we could, but honestly, it's most appropriate keeping it in the zoning fee
When will the
schedule.
city design manual become available?
How many do you want?
No, so we already passed that?
No, this is part of the ordinance. It's also included, the city design manual is right here. It has how to build streets, drainage, water, sewer, screening walls, landscape, lighting.
So we're voting on that tonight as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is, it's part of this ordinance, it's adoption of the design manual.
So with the amendment, the amendments that remove from the fee schedule that's in the subdivision ordinance, we're going to remove zoning change general, zoning compliance inspection, zoning verification letter, specific use permit, and board of adjustment. Those titles and fees will be moved to.
I'd recommend that you just say they're being removed.
And with the amendment,
Under plan amendment and development application, that those fees are echoed from the civil engineering plans for all others.
all right, so civil engineering plans for all others is $100 per acre, $250 minimum. And that will be the same fee again for plan development and for development application.
Yes, sir.
So,
And again, we have an amendment on 7A toward the bottom of page 44.
will be modified to reflect subdivision.
All right, and so instead of the words, the subdivider shall pay to the city, instead we're going to use the words, it says the subdivider. Okay, so subsection 7A is going to read a lot like subsection 7B, except that subsection A applies
To developments within the city. So what you have to do is you have to distinguish developments within or in the ETJ. And so applying DTJ requirement directly to the city requirement, so that way here.
All right, so 7A applies to divisions, subdivisions within the city limits. Subdivision B applies to subdivisions within or outside the city, but within the extraterritorial jurisdiction. And otherwise, A is going to be like this. Are those the only amendments then?
Lynn's good?
So those are the only amendments?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Any more discussion, questions? Okay. All right, so I guess we need a motion to adopt the subdivision ordinance. Make the motion. Second. All in favor? It's unanimous, and so the subdivision ordinance with that manual is adopted.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
All right, and item 9, the next item is consider and take any action necessary regarding passage of a library policy regarding children left unattended.
Mayor and Council, Katie Kinsey, the Library Director.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Over the past several months, and especially since the beginning of summer, the library has been faced with a growing problem of minors left at the library at the time of closing, not being picked up for the time, by the time we close. This presents a two-part problem for staff, as city staff is not allowed any overtime, and also it's inappropriate or inadvisable for staff to be alone, unsupervised with a minor child. The need became apparent that we needed to develop a policy that protected library staff as well as accommodated the needs of our community. I began by discussing the issue with the library board and gathering ideas, and then began gathering policies from other North Texas libraries. At one end of the spectrum, libraries were very casual about it, even offering rides for children to take them home, which is completely out of the question. And on the other end of the spectrum, some libraries is the child's there, they just immediately are remanded to the custody of the police, which seemed a little bit strict. Trying to find a policy that fit us a little bit more lenient. My next step was to consult with Police Chief Tim Barnes, and after he and I reviewed policies, we settled on a combination of Frisco Public Libraries and Arlington Public Libraries policy. I then presented the policy to the library board, who reviewed it, and ultimately approved it as is. The policy that I have included in your packet is the policy that I request that you approve adopting to adopt, please. If you have any questions that I haven't answered.
Anyone have questions? Questions? Yes, this is brief, and so I'm just going to read it. Proposed policy governing children left at library at the time of closing. Children 15 years of age and younger who are not picked up by closing time will be given the opportunity to call a parent or relative to come get them. Only if 2 staff members are available to wait with the child. If only 1 staff member is available, the police department will be called immediately. Library staff will deal with unattended children by calling the police department, who may refer unattended children to the appropriate social services agency. Is that the?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions? There are still none. Motion.
Just want to make a motion to approve this.
We have a motion. Second. All in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
consider and take any action necessary regarding passage of a resolution authorizing participation in the 2015 tax sale auction. I think there's one property listed here that will become part of the tax sale, tax resale auction. Mr. Blake? No. If there are no questions or comments, I have a motion regarding the passage of this authorization, this resolution authorizing participation.
Make a motion that we pass resolution authorizing participation in the 2015 tax resale auction.
May I have a second? All right, Mr. Jasper, one second. All in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. All right, then next is departmental reports.
I just wanted to make everyone aware that we do have one vacant position on the Planning and Zoning Commission. So if you're interested in serving, you can fill out a volunteer application, a voluntary board application, which we have at City Hall. Or if you call, we can email it to you. And we also have, I believe, 2 alternate positions open for the Planning and Zoning Commission. Thank you.
Mayor Council, we're going to be, in the next 2 weeks, you'll see an article in the newspaper. We're going to be running our new body worn cameras that we have purchased out of Seizure. So these are the Taser brand, and you'll see them up on the officers, either their head or on their epaulets here. So we'll run a story on it, just to let you know that we're moving forward with implementing that into the police department operations.
Lieutenant Thompson.
Yes, sir, Mayor and Council. The fire department did receive a certificate of appreciation from the State Fire Marshal's office last week for our Texas Fire Incident Reporting System for accurate fire reporting and thorough reporting. So that's our positive thing for the week. We just wanted to let y'all know.
Thank you. Good work.
We had equipment sale of used equipment, and for the fees from the no base, we had generated almost $29,000 to $30,000 on equipment, because that's the how much fees we get back on that. On well number 4, everybody had an email on that earlier last week. We got it finally repaired today. It took about 3 hours to get it repaired. It's up producing. However, this time of year with this high heat all night and all day long, we experience high water usage. Right now, we're barely maintaining our tanks being full all the time, so we may consider, if it gets into an extended period, we may consider the voluntary reduction in irrigation.
And if that happens, how will people be notified?
I think what we did through Facebook, and we have to do it.
We can do code red.
Over
In extreme circumstances, we can do code red. So if you're not on code red, please sign up. Garcia County website has the link for it. And you can put your home number, you can put your cell phone number. It'll contact you, let you know what exactly is going on with the city. But it's only utilized in emergency applications.
Thank you.
Mayor and Council, we've been experiencing an extremely high volume of patrons and traffic, and we continue to do so. Last month, our door count was over 2,500. This month, for June, is 24, 34. So we continue to have very high patron count. Our circulation is also holding steady, so the people that are coming to the library are continuing to check items out. New patrons, last month was 81 and this month was 67. Brand new people. Couldn't do it without our volunteers. We had 41 hours of volunteer help for last month. Our last summer program was this past Monday here in the community center as Roseville with 130 children and adults combined. Last item of interest, and Tim, I think you'll be interested in this especially, is that we completed our North Texas Away Authority training and are now ready to start issuing vehicles.
Thank you. Commentary?
I think of the things, and it's time for back to school, so watch out when you're driving.
Chief Van Alstyne, beautiful, has been busy. She's between Main and Preston, that alleyway that runs north and south between Main and Preston streets off of Jefferson. That was all cleaned up. It looks really nice. Library has some new plantings done. And then this past Saturday, I know that at McKinney Park, there was a cleanup alongside the stream bed that runs through there. And a little more pruning and cleaning up that park is really, really nice. So they worked hard. Should appreciate it.
Mayor and Council, Lieutenant Dockery and I went over to Tom Bean last night to present the EMS contract for this next year to the city of Tom Bean. Mayor Howard introduced us and asked a few questions about response, about the numbers of calls that they've had in Tom Bean. But they were excited about the contract. The amount had not changed from last year to this year, just because their run volume has stayed fairly flat. So council voted unanimously to continue receiving EMS service from the city of Van Alstyne, and so that was a happy, good thing to report. Also, just to let you know, we have in the last month we have released 27 permits for new homes. I know that the information that y'all provide monthly from Tomlin Investments that comes from City Hall, but they compile information on all the cities in the area as far as how they're doing. With the 22 that was previously reported since January of this year. Also, with the 22 provided previously, starting in January of this year, there were three permits picked up back in October, which was the start of our fiscal year. That puts us at 52 permits for the year. Back in budget, what we agreed to and what we shot for was 45. So this is good. This is what we anticipated, and we actually, the conservative number that we thought we were coming up with has been achieved. So I'm excited to tell you that we haven't fallen short. We've actually exceeded the number by quite a few. So good news. And hopefully Stone Hollow gets moving on their part of the development as well. So other than that, unless y'all have any questions in the open session, I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, thank you.
Now, we're shortly going to be calling this open session to, we're going to be adjourning. I want to tell you that there is going to be an executive session, but we've kept it to the very last part of the meeting so that you won't have to stick around. There's none of these items in the executive session, and I'm going to read this to you verbatim, but none are for action. They're just for information, for consideration. None are for action. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Mayor, I know you know, but we can't adjourn until after executive session. So we can wait to adjourn until after executive session.
Oh, all right. Well, but do we close the open meeting?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, then, all right, the time is, then it is 7:35, and we're going to adjourn at this time, and we're going to go into just
Not
going into
adjourning.
executive
We're just going
session.
into recon.
And so, Oh, recess is the word I was looking for, I'm sorry. We're going to recess for 5 minutes until 7:40, and then we'll go into executive session.
Mr. Mayor, if you would just read there under executive session that in accordance,
Okay.
if you don't mind, that would be great.
All right, and now I was going to go ahead and read the items also, is that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, executive session. In accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, the Open Meetings Law, the City Council may meet in a closed executive session pursuant to applicable laws. And so this is item number 14. All items below for the executive session. A, convene into executive session pursuant to Section 551.071, consultation with city attorney regarding the Palladium USA Senior Housing Plan Development Ordinance. Part 2, a procedure for filling council vacancy. Part 3, Landon Smith. And Part 4, the city manager evaluation. And then subpart B is convene into executive session pursuant to Section 551.074, personnel matters for annual evaluation of the city manager. So we will recess and convene at 7:40 for the executive session. Thank you all. Thank you for attending.
Something to tell.
Something to tell me? Okay, what's it? No, I thought we did. I won some? Boy, cool. Oh, I would, if I'd say.
No problem. Anything else?
I'll tell you.